the base that we can use flat terrain. 600 cats. I can unmute you if you want to join in on this at all. I see you are typing, so
I think for this, I agree with Kyle.
Here, I'll just text you. It's fine.
I think I agree with what Kyle was saying, like that B is a bit more realistic because it's a bit bigger, but if A were made a bit larger, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
So we're fine with letting her, if we do let her go with A, just like to also have like a caveat of to expand the lake a little.
I think that's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Cool. So sounds like approved has just are we saying discretion or do we just want to
Like if 600 uses A, it has to be made bigger. If 600 uses B, nothing.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Okay, approved mayor
All right.
discretion conditional on if choosing Lake A, free to go if choosing Lake B.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, approved. Lake 18, Elecna Bay Canal, proposed by Time.
Right, doesn't mention anything about permissions.
It's all Mindman, apparently. It's a big project that he and Mindman did together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in that bit of the Gamma world where towns are fairly closer together. So that makes sense that it's only a couple people who actually need to get involved.
Because that would be Time. Underneath it would be Matheson, which is Detroit Kitty, I believe.
Michigan Man owns it, and it says that he got permission.
Okay,
right, Michigan. Gotcha. Thanks, Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a canal through a swamp, so I'm very much the water's there anyway. Let's face it. I'm happy to approve it.
Yep, I'm fine approving.
Yeah, it's
I'm fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, approved. 6C, Autobus would like to do
MRT mods.
Western line 11 or Western North 11 north or west by a little bit.
North is parallel with the track, I think.
Yeah, it would be moved west approximately 100 blocks and moved north very small amount.
I'm fine with, as the person who built the line, I'm fine with this.
Well, that takes care of that then.
It will be moved to about here. If you TP, it will be moved to, I think, just west of this fountain. So,
yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll just obviously need to redraw it on die map, but that's fine.
Who wants to be in charge of actually putting it into place?
Chief, would you be okay doing it since you built the line?
Yeah, that's a relatively small amount of work. I can do that even though I've already got so much stuff going on. So,
okay.
So Otto and I can coordinate on that, but I'm happy to do it.
All right.
Cool. Easy.
Cool. Done. 6D, B9.
Are all the perms set in place?
Starcube said he got perms from everyone except Vicky.
Vicky, do you get permissions for the bit that you need to do?
I mean, the A92 is a public road anyway, so I mean, you really don't need permission from me. But I mean, but I'm wanting to build the A8 through it, which is fine. I'm going to be proposing that at the GSM most likely.
Okay. Do we know? It's not really that big of a bearing right now, but have you got a plan of the A8 just to compare?
I have a rough plan, yes.
There was one in planning, I think, a few days ago, right?
It was a while ago. I think it was like a week ago. But you could look. You could just use search. It's on there.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I see it.
I know there was talk of upgrading this to an A road, and I think the reason they went with the B road is because of the mountain, like the terrain. They went the B road.
I can see it next. I can see it being a B road at A road standards. To Northwest. But otherwise,
Makes more sense
Yeah.
for a B road to have parts that are A road standards than for an A road that has parts that are like substandard.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's-
And plus, those kind of exist in real life. So
yeah, I'm
Yeah, if you're doing an A road, the whole A road should be A road standard. It's fine to have bits that are bigger and keep it a B. So okay.
Mhm.
As far as the
Um,
routing
But
looks
yeah.
fine to me.
Yeah,
it's-
routing looks fine.
permissions are good. Routing is good.
I appreciate the exit diagrams as well.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Star Cube definitely had his good plan here.
Yeah.
Taking
Ward
inspiration
numbering.
from Austin.
Ward number looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Any objections then?
I have none.
I don't think
Yep,
anyone.
I'm good
objections.
with it. I'm very interested in seeing how it'll turn out.
Right, going once, going twice approved.
Seeing none approved. 6E 8A892. This one's kind of in the same approximate area, but not exactly the same place.
Yep, it goes to the east. Cody actually helped clear up the stuff around Frostbite because I was mainly concerned about the zigzag it does. As you currently know, Frostbite, there is a freeway that nature kind of gutted. And according to Cody, the plan is to reuse that freeway. And that's why the routing looks a bit weird. He actually attached another map, try to like show the actual routing and the around Frostbite too.
Yeah, it seems quite odd. Well, it's odd to have it on the isometric diagram, but I think that makes it a little bit more difficult to see exactly where it's going.
There are several other maps that show it, though.
Yeah. There's one underneath it that's the full map in 2D. And then underneath that is the Frostbite zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, every one of them is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm honestly not a fan of this, if I had to be honest.
Okay.
Cody, do we have Cody here by chance? No, we didn't.
We do not. Hearing objections, though.
This seems like it would work better as a B road, to be honest. It doesn't really go to any major towns, and it's... I mean,
I
if you
agree with
wanted like a
Echo.
road to Frostbite, it would be better to just have like a B road from Larkspur or Lakeborough to Frostbite.
Mhm.
That's what I'd say.
I know Cody's
Also,
reasoning here of why he did it in this way was he was doing phases. His goal was to do this from the current on the A92 up to Chalksier. That's why the second map is supposed to demonstrate.
Hmm.
That was his
Well-
logic. I remember talking to Cody a little bit about why, like his routing.
Vicky, what are your major objections?
I'm just, if you look at the A12, which he
Mhm.
completed relatively recently, there's some problems with it that make me hesitant on how good this A road will be.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Can you show
A12
us?
is
Yeah.
for a lot of the part underground, but that from what I can tell, in terms of, do you mean the A12 section where it's a massive highway, that's where it's a wide highway that has a lot of issues on the terraforming on the side?
Well, I was about to ask where.
There's the tunnel part, I think, which has like a lot of terraforming issues, and I think there's like a part overland that has a lot of terraforming issues as well.
A lot that there is. I've spoken to Cody about this in past. I'll try and get to that section just in case that's not actually what you're referring to. But there was a section constructed by, I believe it was Frosty Creeper before their unfortunate ban, and so that's one of the. It's one of the things that they've been trying to fix lately.
Yeah, the A12 has a history mainly because of Frosty originally being the one to do it, and then Cody taking it later on to finish it up.
So I don't think Frosty's actions should be held necessarily against him, against Cody.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. I thought it was most, if not all, Cody, because if you look on like the wiki page and stuff like that, it made it seem like it's more Cody. I know that I think it was Frosty who proposed it originally, but I didn't really see a whole lot of work being done, so I thought it was most, if not all, Cody doing it.
He made a demo section actually of what he plans to do near Winterville. Let me get to it real quick, because I was coordinating with him kind of how he wanted it to look in planning, because he made like a little demo section he wanted to use for the actual route, like kind of how the highway would look. So, okay, I am there now. This is kind of
This,
working on to like of how.
Oh, I see. This is good quality.
this is
Sorry, I accidentally turned off the computer. Give me a second. Yes,
Good job.
I've done a bit of work with Cody to try and fix up that section. So
yeah.
But this right
quality,
here is his current idea for the A892 road style.
What were you saying, Vicky?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good style. Subjectively, I'm not a fan of the color. It looks like poo, honestly. I mean, just the color of
Brown?
the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brown terracotta. But other than that, it's a good quality road.
Yeah, like that's a subjective thing, not an objective thing. So objectively, if
we
it's
should
this
really
style,
care.
objectively, if it's this style, I have no issue.
I still
Yeah.
think it feels a little big, especially when he says in the proposal that it probably won't go past Rank Resort because he doesn't think he'll get permissions, which would mean it just kind of goes to the middle of nowhere in his mind.
I guess that's a question for Mega.
I mean,
Yeah.
Rank Resort doesn't really have roads per se, but I wouldn't mind a road connection.
So yeah, Cody can get mentioned to Cody.
I can work
to
with
you.
him on my part, yeah.
But as far as, I guess, are we approving his current plan or the full thing is the better question.
Just the current plan. We
Just the
don't.
current phase.
Yeah,
Okay.
this would be phase 1. Yeah.
So I assume phase 1 consists of everything in that first image.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, I'm
One
fine with that.
approved. Phase 1 approved unless there are any objections. Going once. Going twice. Phase 1 approved. Next up is a road by Sasha, 6F A980.
We seem to be doing a lot in this area. It's
Northwest always gets roads.
yeah. It's
Well, there's
ambitious.
a lot of good terrain there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aston. So this follows the lakeshore line roughly, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
It's ambitious, but it's got all the permissions and oh god, where does that go? What's that town all the way on the end? And
Nywin.
Nywin.
Oh, that's how to say
Okay.
it.
I don't know. Nywin would have last DNA about that one, but
Yeah. The fact that there's all the permissions are there is good. The style of the road looks fine.
I know we has Sasha built like a big road before?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I know,
I feel
so
like he's a B road, but I could be wrong.
okay. Sasha says I have not.
hasn't.
So
Okay.
I mean, I'm not completely opposed to it. It's an ambitious project, but I would love to give a chance. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He'll
willing
have
to
a
give
staff
shot.
member with him to do world edits, so he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Cool.
Approved. 7A.
No more roads.
Skelly, you want to do a spoof tournament in Bones Prados?
With a amount requested of $850.
I'm approving this.
It's quite a small amount.
That's yeah.
And you know what you're doing, Skelly.
Yeah, this will
Back
be
to the
fine.
fun topic at hand.
Skytrans time.
Oh lord.
Oh god.
So this is IATing an airline.
He wants to be the caretaker of the airline. He's not going to try to merge it into Fly High or anything like that, from my understanding.
That's what is said in the request as well, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, as a
Okay.
caretaker, it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather have time caretake it than it just be inactive and it would be impossible to contact anyone over it. So
Yeah.
Mhm. And
I
Time
agree.
has tried to contact Camel. He even states that he did try to contact Camel about it to make sure,
yeah,
like on his behalf.
I mean, as long as he's not getting this just to expand his own airline or whatever, I'm fine with it. It's good to have someone caretaking.
I hate to bring this up. Weren't there questions about whether Devi or Captain Chimpy also had stakes in this airline, or am I thinking of a different company?
We questioned the same thing with the with whenever we gave the other stuff to the free air, and we told them to object to it in a time frame, and they did not.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Devi and
Because
Captain
Clipper-
Chimpy.
Yeah, so Clipper tried to IAT'd free air, and we said that they had a timeline whether they could object to it or not, and in that timeline they did not object.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
never mind. So this is Skytrans is wholly owned by Camel. That's
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So
Really?
that's what the letter says. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
At
way
least
that I
what
understand
Time
it too.
See
From
the
talking,
wiki.
yeah,
Interesting,
it's
okay.
the structure is weird. Like other talks of the HOT imply that Skytrans itself was started by Camel. Chimpy and Debbie got involved whenever Viola Airlines, which is Debbie's, got merged into Skytrans.
So
Chimpy had something else.
according to the wiki page, it is Camel, Artie, Captain Chimpy, and Devi.
If they actually owned the airline, I think we gave them more than enough time to object to it and show proof. Is my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Also,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
every one of them is inactive.
Yeah.
Also, for
Go ahead.
for to clarify something, Free Air is according to the wiki page, was a wholly owned subsidiary of Skytrans. So if we've allowed Free Air, we should allow this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who's involved is either inactive or banned, and the ownership structure is a mess. And we did say, like, when Elite tried to IAT that back in December, we said they have a month to claim with evidence ownership, and nobody came forward.
Well, according
So,
to Kitty and Che, he said that they're listed as management but not as owners.
Okay.
So,
I'm
yeah,
honestly fine just for the sake of simplicity, just giving the whole thing over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
giving
So
an IAT instead of caretaker.
I mean, I'd rather IAT. Like, if he decides he doesn't want to do anything with it, that's fine.
And if in the future, if Camel were to be unbanned, and he wants to give it back to Camel, that's also fine.
That's a much cleaner return. However, I think there needs to be quite a bit of ownership simplification here, and doing a full IAT is a really good vehicle for that, because it'll ensure that that the entire airline just is one unit that has a designated owner. Again, even if Time decides not to do anything with it, that's his decision.
At least as point of contact, someone like that's actually active.
And Skytrans is pretty big, so I think someone needs to take care of it.
Right. And
just to coordinate like things with that. And so I think we're all pretty much in agreement at this point.
And I would like to give Time the ability to make decisions. Okay. So this is so IAT of Skytrans is cleared for Time. Elite, just as an aside.
Oh God, who's gonna transfer all of Camel's warps?
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh.
Shotgun not.
Well, I guess if Time wants to do that, then he can. But if he doesn't, then I ain't doing that shit.
Okay,
Mods, I believe, can do it, and Skelly is saying he'll do it if he can.
Yes, mods can do it. So, but anyway,
cool.
So real quick before we move on to the next one. So Elite. So I know we didn't officially declare this at the GSM, but you are since there have been no challenges to the ownership of Free Air, as of that GSM, in 2 weeks ago, you do have the ability to, if you want to take over more stuff with Free Air, and potentially even if you want to merge it into Clipper, Elite, you're free to do that. So anything that's Free Air goes to Elite per December, January GSM. Anything else that is Skytrans goes to time.
Yep.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
8B. Drayton
As far-
and the B38.
Yeah,
As
Skelly
far
doesn't
as this
accept this.
goes, I'm in favor of Racer being allowed to continue B38 to his town. I'm not in favor of Racer taking Drayton or ownership over the existing part of B38. It is true that Thermocon has barely been online. He really would meet the definition of inactivity, and it's also true that Thermocon hasn't really worked on either project, but I don't see a real need for Racer to take those. I think Racer should be allowed to extend B38 to Harmony Grove, and that should be it.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I know we
Found
did
that.
some build checks on this, and there was blocks that were changed on around B38, right?
Yeah, they were changed. I think it would be 40 days ago now, which would be December, and I couldn't find anything with block data in Drayton itself.
Yeah. And point of contact wise, Thermocon does not have Discord, so he only has he's only on Minecraft, right?
Yeah, Racer said that he sent a mail, which he actually sent a mail to Thermocon before Thermocon last joined on Wednesday. I don't even know if Thermocon sent the command to read it, but obviously he never responded back to Racer on that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm fine waiving the classifying Thermocon as inactive and approving that transfer for the road. That's all
yeah,
fine.
not transferring the town though.
Are we open to giving Drayton to Dracer in the future if Harmony Grove expands or anything like that?
If
Yeah,
I
Harmony
mean, sure. If it expands
Thermocon-
close to there and it makes sense, then
and
and if
Thermocon-
he's inactive,
Yeah, right now it seems like that request is only there just to help facilitate some of the stuff with the road rather than possibly wanting to use that space for something. So I think if there becomes a better reason to IAT the town, then I'd be happy to reconsider that.
Well, it's not necessarily for the road because Racer did say in the letter that he wants to turn Drayton into a proper city, but I don't see a compelling reason to do this at the present moment. Is what I'm thinking.
That's kind of what I'm getting at too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if there's a good reason at a later point, I'd be happy to reconsider.
Mhm.
But B38 management and permissions to extend, go for it. I'm fine to approve that.
okay.
Okay, Vicky, anything you want to comment on about Western North?
Just basically that 2 applications are made. Neither of their first choice stations conflict, so both get their first choice stations. WN38 goes to Cosmon, WN49 goes to Psi Amethyst. As of now, WN is officially open. I'll be removing the do not claim signs within the next couple hours, and that'll be it.
How many stations were added on this extension?
23.
19. Oh, 23, because you wanted to ask him.
So 2 out of 23. So again, another extension that didn't get a lot of interest.
Plus Aston, that doesn't include stations that were built in existing towns.
Right,
Kitty,
okay, yeah.
WN, hold on, I have to look at this document again. WN38 goes to Cosmon, WN49 goes to Psi Amethyst.
It's on the agenda too, Kitty.
All right. 10A.
Lake 18 rename.
I didn't think that this adjacent swamplands were really part of the main
They're
lake.
not, but they're not because we usually only say that the actual what Minecraft calls ocean biomes are usually the things that get officially named. Although player made canals will have names that get accepted, like Seneca Canal or Bawaba Canal or whatever. But for swamps, we've never done this. I mean, as per usual, as long as all the towns that touch it are fine, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Did the lake have an original name?
No, this one has never received a name.
Okay.
It
Just
doesn't
don't see
mention
mentions of perms.
permissions.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with this. Well, as long as there's perms.
Yeah, and the fact that no perms are listed. I think is time around? No.
If he can come back to us and say, okay, I have permissions from XYZ towns, I think that, like, maybe even at the GS, maybe even in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, can we say maybe approved pending he gets perms? He just emails us saying that he shown he got perms for it.
Yeah, although I think just as a matter of formality, let's kick this for final approval to the GSM.
Yeah,
it's only 2 weeks.
It's only 2 weeks, but it's a lake rename. It's not that big of a deal. But,
yeah.
If
And
yeah.
that's it.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Time
With your
closed.
8
27
minutes, are we
minutes.
pushing it formally to the GSM, or we're just saying for him to repropose it as GSM?
Pushing formally.
Pushing formally. So no reproposal needed, but we do need
permissions.
We do need permissions. So
right.
All right.
Now
Thanks.
thank you everyone for coming.
Friendly reminder to everybody before the admins go disappear into our ASM that we do need moderator nominations, and those are open until 7 p.m. UTC on Sunday, February 7th. As of yet, we have not received any. So if you have someone you'd like to nominate, please go ahead and put that together and send it in to us.
You have a week.
Yeah, you have a week.
Go and nominate.
All right, so that's all we have. So no mod nominations on file right now, but you have until the 7th to submit them. So that's all good.
Go ride the Western Line.
Go ride the Western Line. Go claim the stations. Even if it's a Western Line North station, you can claim it, even if it has a line not open, do not claim sign on it. That's all we got. Thanks everyone for coming, and
Thank you.
admins, we can go ahead and jump into our meeting.
Do we want to drag Vicky into at the start, or wait a second?
Let's see where that is.
For our viewers on MBS, thanks for watching our live coverage of today's ISM. An administrative staff meeting is just about to begin with the admins. We're not expecting that there's going to be a press conference with that meeting, but if that changes, we will be live with the ASM press conference if that happens. Also, a new edition of the Bulletin from MBS News is premiering today at 10 p.m. GMT on MBS. That's in 2.5 hours. Thanks for watching the ISM from MBS News at a random station on the Western Line. I'm Kitty Catwoman 231, and thanks for watching.